showing your passion and concern for these issues. I too wish to acknowledge the traditional unceded territory of the Darug and Gundungurra peoples on whose land we stand, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Look, it was an incredible surprise on Tuesday night to have a motion that was on the books for March suddenly brought on upon us, but it's look, I think it's a good thing that we have had both motions passed. I'm very proud that our council now joins 9 other councils. We've got Darebin, Randwick, Wyndham, Bayside, Inner West, and Victoria, Marybeck, Hume, Dandenong, Canterbury, Bankstown, New South Wales, of course. So I'm really looking forward. Now, I'm really looking forward to seeing Blue Mountains added to the APAN list of local councils who have had the courage to stand up and speak out against the appalling genocide that we continue to see unfold. And friends, there are some people who say, oh look, it's not a local government issue, why are you talking about this? Why are you distracting our council 200 days out from, or less than 200 days out from a local government election on international issues? But I beg to differ, and I strongly argue with the Mayor that we must stand up and be counted. We must use we must use our position as elected members of our community to not look the other way, to speak out, to write to our members in the federal government whose area of portfolio responsibility this really is, and hold them to account. And I'm so proud that we as a council, with only one exception, have voted to do just that last Tuesday night. But there is so much more to be done. We have a federal government who denies that we are exporting arms and munitions and bits of weapons to Israel. And it just astounds me that our local member is happy to go and to stand up in the parliament and repeat those lies, and to get on her social media pages and repeat those lies, to assert that we have not sold any weapons to Israel in the last 5 years. This has to be called out, and I would implore all of you to keep on writing and sending postcards and demanding that Australia stop sending arms to Israel. And if we don't, the UN is going to be on our case. I was astonished just this morning to look at to see a video from my dear friend David Schubert, a New South Wales Senator, reporting on a press release put out by the United Nations Human Rights Agencies just a week ago that we've heard nothing about in our major media, calling on all countries to stop the export of arms to Israel. And it specifically calls out Australia as being one of the many countries who are exporting arms to Israel. This is something we can do and we must do. And the UN is saying if we don't do it, then our officials too will be subject to prosecution under international law. We have an obligation. We have an international legal obligation not to be doing anything to aid and abet genocide, yet we are, to the tune of millions of dollars a year. And we're doing this at the state level too. I was astonished just yesterday to see Chris Minns trying to fob off the issue and say, oh well, it's really a federal government issue, and other members of the New South Wales government saying we've got to pursue every opportunity we can to provide jobs for people in New South Wales, and being hounded by Abigail Boyd in the upper house for asking questions about, well, shouldn't we have some ethics in the choices that we make about the job opportunities that we offer? And again, there's just the scuttling away from our moral and ethical responsibilities, and we just have to teach Labor a lesson by speaking to them in the only language they understand, and that is not to give them a primary vote at any level of government, state, federal or local. Thanks everybody, thanks so much for coming. I'll wind it up there, but make sure you have a look at the by-election results in Rochdale in the UK, where George Galloway has just left the field, wiped the field. I might not agree with everything that guy says, but I take my hat off to him for his courage and for supporting all of the people in his community who are calling for ceasefire now and free Palestine.